Hey y'all, let's pull a reading, shall we? There's some intense energy right now, and especially if you are prone to suffer from any kind of seasonal affective disorder or mood swings, manic depression, situational depression, all of that. It can be a really tough time right now. Going through about the first 3 weeks of March. So what I'd like to do is sort of ask the universe what we can do about it. What is there to look forward to? Because I think being in that place is going to push us to make decisions that aren't going to be in our best interest, obviously. If we're not in the best mindset, we're going to make decisions that aren't best for us. So let's see what the universe has to say about this. This is a big topic. So we have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. I'm going to do 5 cards. Death card. Yep. 9 of Swords. Yep. Queen of Wands. Yeah. 3 of Cups and Page of Pentacles. So, first off, it isn't easy. Often when we get into this place, and I speak from experience, I speak from personal experience, but when we get into this place where we feel like we're helpless, we feel like we're hopeless, we feel like our soul is pressed down, we feel like we have no autonomy, we feel like we can't reach out for help. Sometimes that means that some part of us that is holding us back or that is creating the life that we do not enjoy needs to be eliminated. It can be relationships, it can be a way of thinking, it can be a very simple way of thinking that has caught us up in this trap, right? It can be where you are, who you live with, how you approach life. And yes, I'm not, this is not medical advice, obviously, and I'm not talking about, I'm not giving advice one way or the other on any sort of extra anything, pharmaceutical wise or anything. Obviously, you want to talk to your doctor if you're experiencing this type of mood disorder. But the angle that I'm coming at it from is that right now you're going to probably be experiencing more of that depression, like the pressing, like you're being held down into this 3D world. You're going to feel that more right now. And so this is just hopefully a little education to see if maybe there isn't something. Is there something holding you back from doing what you really want to do? Is there something that you can sort of escape from? A lot of times those things aren't necessarily what we think they are, right? So it could be social media. Maybe the social media effect on you is detrimental. Maybe comparing yourself to others' lives, or maybe always feeling like you need to one up somebody else, or maybe be someone that you're not, is really harmful to your mental health. And maybe that needs to die. Maybe your relationship with social media needs to die. 9 of Swords doesn't surprise me because there's been this energy. And sometimes I will tell you, my dear viewers, I will tell you that most times, my readings are about 2 weeks ahead. And I've only just sort of realized that in the last couple of months because it's about 2 weeks ahead of when everybody else starts pulling the energy. But sometimes it's spot on, and this gives you a good prequel. So About 2 weeks ago, I started having really intense nightmares. And I don't have nightmares normally. And so it's interesting because I'm able to sort of lucid dream, I just observe the nightmares and they were pretty terrible. And so when I wake up, I just sort of analyze them and see, well, what was that? But for some folks, it is hard to discern. And dreams really do affect you as if you lived them, as if it was your life experience. That disconnection doesn't happen. So this could be a little warning to you all that those dreams are either here or coming to you in the near future. And if you can do anything, sort of pull back from making them a big deal. It's just a dream. Okay. It's just a dream. Even if they seemed really intense, even if there was someone that you love injured or hurt or betrayed you, it's just a dream. And you don't have to overanalyze it. You don't have to go through, some sort of psychoanalysis of why you dreamt about that person on that night and what they did and all that. It's not that deep, honestly. But it's gonna bring up some stuff. It's gonna stir up the pot. And in the end, I think it'll be great because it'll get that stuff out of your subconscious. But in the meantime, you're laying awake with 9 swords. All right, I'm getting that a lot of you do need to drop social media. Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. There's another aspect of this too, is people in this energy are going to come off fake. There are some people who haven't realized and haven't practiced and haven't gotten to the place where they can be authentic, even in energy like this. And so they're going to come off really fake. They're going to come off passive aggressive. And you might not do that. And please don't go back to that if you've sort of worked your way out of it. Because the tendency will be there, right? So people might be fake. People might be passive aggressive. People might do things behind your back. People might fake a lot. But it's your responsibility watching this and being sort of on a different energy frequency. It's your responsibility to bring people together. It's your responsibility to shed light on those dark crevices that people are creating, and not in an aggressive way. Okay. Don't put a spotlight on it. Put a nice, soft photo lamp on it. Yeah. A nice filtered, sweet light on it. And say, hey, just kind of approach it as if you are friends with this person, even if you're not. Approach your life as if, hey, we're all just doing the best we can, right? But some of them just don't know how to act in this energy. And if that's you, then take this as a warning. But community is incredibly important right now. So keep that in mind. Have talks about things. You're probably going to end up talking things out way more in the next 2 weeks than you ever wanted to or ever thought was necessary. Like talking about the littlest with your partner, with your friends, with your family. You're going to be talking and explaining yourself in a respectful way a lot the next 2 weeks. And hopefully people will come to an understanding that they didn't have before. But if they don't, they don't. They're just working with the best tools that they have. Right now, especially, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you have to assume that they are working with all the tools that they have. All right, so for the death card, we do have temperance. And we have the lovers. So the choices that we made in the past the connections that we made in the past, the choices that we made in the past, the things that we put time and energy into that we thought would go somewhere, some of them ain't going anywhere. And it is going to take an incredible amount of inner fortitude to let go. Okay? But it's very important. And you know what I'm talking about if those things are for you. If this resonates with you and you know what I'm talking about, you need to take the extra step and let it go. This card is your card. This is not the universe saying something needs to end. I'm going to end it for you. This is the universe saying you made some choices, some of which were romantic, some of which partnered you with the wrong people. You put a lot of time and energy into that. You thought it was going to turn out. You worked really hard. You went to therapy. You thought about it. You spent time worrying about it. But when it's time to go, you have to make that choice. You have to ultimately say goodbye. You have to say, well, I tried. Not even, you don't have to say you were wrong. You don't have to say you wish you could do it all over again. No, just things change. So give yourself a little bit of grace with that. Give them grace. Give them temperance. You can take time. You can take time to let go. Don't feel like you have to do it in a terrible rush. You can take time to let go. Just let that little seed be planted in your head. You know, if you spend a lot of time working on something, it's hard to let it go. I get it. I get it. If you feel like you've invested, I get it. But sometimes those things weigh us down. All right, I have limited time this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. But let's go ahead and pull on. Let's go ahead and pull on the Knight of Swords because it's here. We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the King of Swords. We've got the Empress. And we've got a lot of these nightmares are going to have to do with the decision that you did make because you feel like you didn't have all the information. You weren't at the level that you're at now, and you didn't have all the information when you made the choices that you made. So a lot of the nightmares might be about, making additional choices that, like, let's say you made a ton more choices that you weren't educated about, or you got yourself into a pickle that you don't know how to get out of. Keep in mind the sort of baseline feeling that you have in all these dreams, because I'll bet they're going to have a consistency of deep confidence and assumption of who you are. So even if your dreams are of, well, I didn't know that, this happened because of this decision I made, it's still going to resonate with, who you are. You are not going to be like scattered. You're just going to be surprised at the external reaction to your actions, to your decisions. You're going to be surprised at the reaction of the universe, of other people, but you're going to be pretty steadfast in your nature and how you move through the world. Keep that in mind. That's really important. That's your subconscious telling you something way more important than the nightmare piece of it. And that's good. That's a good thing. Let's do the Queen of Wands real quick. This is those other people. I want to get a little bit more into their head. We're going to skip ahead. The Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups told us what we needed to know about where this was coming from, what you might need to cut out, and what you might need to rely on. That community aspect. Let's pull on these people who are making a big deal out of nothing. And let's go ahead. The universe is like, you skipped a step. Yeah, universe, I got somewhere to go. I got places to be. Not quite. Oh gosh. Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So for some of you, this passive aggression, this jumping to conclusions, this over talking, this bullying, it's really a lot of pigtail tugging. It's a lot of teasing. It's a lot of sort of when you take a stuffed up sexual energy, like a backed up sexual energy, it can read like this. So it's like it turns into this sort of frenetic, passive aggressive, just vomit, right? I mean, I say right, but you don't know that. And let me try to explain. What I said about the passive aggressiveness, the bullying, the accusations, you'll notice, take a good look at where it's coming from. It is not direct. These people will not be direct with you and say, hey, I have this problem with you. No, they'll go back channels. Okay. And some of these back channels that they go down will have to be invented. So for all intents and purposes, they are lying a certain amount. Okay. But it's very toxic because it's jealousy. A lot of it is jealousy. I'm trying to think of a different way to say it, but let's just call a spade a spade. It's jealousy. And what can you do to remedy that? Sit down with them, try to give them attention. If you want to save these relationships, if this is something worth your time, don't even sit down and try to explain yourself, because that's not really what it's all about. Fighting against the bullying, fighting against the accusations, defending yourself isn't going to help in this energy, because it doesn't matter anyway. This is all just completely false. It's all fake because of the feelings that they have, which are really strong toward you. The fakiness is part of a mask. They wish they could be as enlightened as you are. They really do, but they can't. So it comes out passive aggressive. The only thing you can do is sit down, genuinely share some, conversations. Try to stay authentic. Don't go the way of passive aggressiveness. Don't go the way of sarcasm. Don't have veiled threats. Just really be authentic and sit in your space, and you'll be protected from the future. But I can't guarantee that this won't continue. All right. That's your reading. Good luck out there. I think I get it. I understand. I'm here with you. If you feel like you have more than a few days of this mood, definitely go to a doctor. Definitely talk to someone about it, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I would recommend over a family practitioner, but talk to somebody. But this is sort of what's going on and what might be affecting you. And don't forget, if you're on meds, don't forget to take your meds. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Remember that all readings are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled, and nothing happens in a vacuum.